Welcome back to Battles, and who would win when Omni Man faces Superman? Before we go deeper into the analysis, I just want to say please remember to subscribe to the channel, and thank you very much. In a confrontation between Omni Man and Superman, Superman is stronger, faster, and possesses a wider range of superpowers such as heat vision and freezing breath, while Omni Man, although more ruthless and battle-hardened, lacks destructive capability on the same scale as Superman's feats. Even if their raw physical strength could be considered comparable, Superman has the ability and experience to handle far greater threats, which leaves Omni Man with little chance if Superman chooses to use his full power. Born from a nearly invincible warrior race known as the Viltrumites, Omni Man arrived on Earth with a mission far greater than the calm facade he constructed. Here, he assumed the human identity of Nolan Grayson, integrating into human society through composure and sharp intellect. Yet beneath that exterior flows pure Viltrumite blood, carrying a genetic structure far beyond any other organism, granting Nolan near absolute superhuman abilities. Like all Viltrumites, Nolan's power does not stop at a fixed limit. Time does not weaken him, but instead acts as a catalyst, further refining his physique and combat instincts. Age, experience, and countless life and death battles have forged him into a terrifying entity where brute force and strategic thinking merge as one. Within the Viltrumite ranks, Nolan is not merely a warrior. He belongs to the elite class, those chosen to represent the ultimate strength of the species. His power far surpasses that of most of his kind, elevating the name Omni Man to legendary status, second only to the Grand Regent Thrag and Conquest, who once stood as an ideal symbol and a deeply ingrained mentor on his warrior path. What makes Nolan truly unique is not only his physical might, but also the inner conflict between his Viltrumite instincts and the human emotions he gradually developed on Earth. Omni Man evolved from a machine of conquest into a tragic symbol of power. Nolan possesses a lifespan so extended that aging has nearly lost its meaning. The passage of time does not erode his body, allowing him to maintain optimal health, peak physical condition, and combat capability far beyond the natural limits of most beings. Despite existing for thousands of years, his appearance remains that of a middle-aged man around 40, while his strength and reflexes stay at their absolute peak. Even after decades trapped within the harsh Flaxen dimension, where time and environment operate under entirely different rules, Nolan returned with almost no sign of deterioration. This further confirms the extraordinary adaptability and endurance of the Viltrumite body. Nolan's ability to fly comes from self-propulsion through internal power, allowing him to adjust his trajectory with precision and move smoothly through any environment, from dense atmospheres to the cold vacuum of space. This perfect control turns three-dimensional space into his ideal battlefield, where he holds overwhelming advantage. During his time on Earth, Nolan was regarded as the most powerful being on the planet. From the moment he arrived, he proved it by annihilating a colossal monster, threatening an entire city with a single straight charge through its body, precise and leaving no chance to retaliate. His first confrontation with the original Guardians of the Globe became a brutal testament to the vast disparity in power. Nolan crushed Red Rush's head in an instant, neutralized Martian Man's elasticity through sheer speed and force, ended Darkwing by smashing him into the ground, punched straight through Green Ghost's face, overpowered War Woman in close combat, and seized her own mace to kill Aquarius. Every strike was clean and decisive. Behind these blood-soaked feats lies a sobering truth. Nolan does not fight in blind rage, but with the terrifying clarity of a warrior who fully understands the value of violence and the cost of power. It is precisely the combination of near-limitless power and cold, calculated thinking that turned him into a symbol that inspires fear in others. During Mark's training, Nolan calmly recounted his own feats, stating that he once single-handedly stopped an asteroid comparable in size to the state of Texas, treating it more as a test of strength than a fight for survival. In the war against the Flaxen race, Nolan displayed the ruthless cruelty of a conquering warrior. He slaughtered enemy forces in midair, then invaded their home dimension, where he destroyed numerous structures and personally killed the Flaxan leader. In his first encounter with Hail Mary, Nolan was one of the rare times he struggled to gain the upper hand. Donald, who observed the battle, admitted that he had never seen Nolan face such difficulty. That moment showed that even for a nearly invincible entity, there are still opponents capable of forcing him to seriously commit his full strength. The confrontation with Mark stands as the clearest proof of the terrifying gap between two generations. Nolan hurled his son across continents, used his own body to slice a speeding subway train in half, then threw Mark onto the peak of Mount Everest, triggering a massive avalanche. He came dangerously close to killing Mark before choosing to stop, a decision that reflected the deep conflict between his Viltrumite instincts and the rare remnants of paternal love. He is able to float unharmed in the vacuum of space, and even withstand the immense gravitational pull of a black hole. At the Battle of Thraxa, where three Viltrumites clashed, Nolan fought Lucan in a brief but brutal exchange, ultimately gaining the advantage by slashing open his abdomen and impaling his opponent. He then went on to confront Vidor and Thula, completely overpowering them, likely killing Vidor and shattering Thula's jaw, before being incapacitated by Lucan in the final moment. Even while imprisoned in a Viltrumite prison, Nolan did not lose his warrior nature. He broke free of his restraints, fought the guards, and coordinated with Alan to deliver a devastating double punch that crushed the head of a Viltrumite soldier. This shows that Nolan does not submit, as violence, experience, and absolute belief in himself merge into a force that makes the entire universe wary. Please remember to subscribe to the channel and press the bell icon and turn on notifications to watch the earliest videos. Thank you very much. Superman, whose birth name is Clark Kent, is one of the last children of the planet Krypton as it stood on the brink of extinction. As his homeworld was dying, he was sent to Earth as the final hope of an entire race. In this unfamiliar world, Clark grew up in human arms, raised with simple yet profound values, and eventually matured into a noble protector. Thanks to his unique Kryptonian biology, Superman absorbs and stores solar energy in every cell of his body, forming a bioenergy matrix intertwined with his own electromagnetic field. This energy source not only amplifies his physical strength to an almost immeasurable level, but also serves as the foundation for his iconic abilities, such as flight, heat vision, and various other forms of enhanced vision. Each power operates in harmony, transforming him into a superhuman entity capable of adapting and fighting under the harshest conditions. With such power, Superman does not merely protect Earth from global-scale threats, but also plays a crucial role in maintaining order throughout the entire universe. For this reason, he became one of the founding members of the Justice League, a symbol of unity among the most powerful heroes. Superman is not only a warrior or a savior, he is also a living inspiration of hope, showing that true strength does not lie in overwhelming one's opponents, but in choosing to use that power to protect and uplift others. His role as the father of John Kent, the successor to the title of Superman, further highlights the spiritual legacy he leaves behind. Superman's body functions like a perfect biological reactor, continuously absorbing and converting solar energy. At any given moment, he can take in up to approximately 140 gigawatts of energy, nourishing every cell and maintaining a stable superhuman state. Each type of star, with its distinct radiation frequency, triggers different expressions of power within Superman's body. Every time he uses any of his abilities, from physical strength and flight to his various forms of enhanced vision, the stored sunlight is gradually depleted. As a result, flying directly into the sun becomes the fastest way for him to recharge. The energy receptors within Superman's body also allow him to absorb other forms of radiation under special circumstances. He once absorbed cosmic energy from Starman, a power source originating from totality itself, pushing his abilities to a terrifying new level. In that state, Superman clearly sensed that even a single uncontrolled step could split the surface of Earth apart, forcing him to restrain his power. In addition, Superman has demonstrated the ability to absorb radiation from a nuclear explosion. However, this process is extreme and carries severe consequences, leaving him greatly weakened for a period of time. Superman possesses near limitless strength, although the exact limits of his power remain unknown. He is one of the physically strongest beings in the multiverse. His indomitable will allows him to surpass his physical limits when necessary, enabling Superman to perform astonishing feats of strength. Brainiac has stated that Superman possesses the greatest power in the universe. He is strong enough to defeat a bound Barbatos with a single punch. When Superman fought Rogol Zar inside the Phantom Zone, their battle caused the realm to tremble and buckle under its intensity. After being supercharged by multiple suns, Superman was able to strike the World Forger with enough force to create a continent-sized breach and fracture a tear within the 6th dimension. Superman has also punched through time and space itself to reach the 30th century alongside Superboy Prime. He is powerful enough to generate massive sonic booms with nothing more than a clap of his hands. Superman can move at astonishing speeds through sheer force of will. This extends to his perception, allowing feats such as catching bullets in midair and traveling vast distances in extremely short or nearly non-existent spans of time. Superman is even fast enough to keep pace with Wally West while walking, although he is still not as fast as Wally. He is fast enough to effectively be in two places at once, as he can fight Darkseid while simultaneously saving others, a feat that even confounded Darkseid himself. After being empowered by multiple suns, Superman can move at speeds described as beyond physics and imagination, far exceeding the speed of light. After being recharged by the White Sun on Warworld, Superman became fast enough to transcend space and time, traveling several light years in just a few seconds. Superman is not only a symbol of strength, but also the embodiment of responsibility and self-restraint in the face of power capable of shaking entire worlds. When Omni Man and Superman are placed into a direct confrontation, the balance of victory almost entirely tilts in Superman's favor. The reason lies not only in raw strength, but also in speed, mobility, and the diversity of abilities he possesses. Superman far surpasses his opponent in movement, reaction speed, and battlefield control, while powers such as heat vision and freezing breath allow him to attack on multiple levels, from close combat to long range, making it extremely difficult for any opponent to adapt. Omni Man, despite his reputation for ruthlessness and extensive combat experience, remains constrained by more straightforward methods of destruction. He is a warrior born to conquer, accustomed to violence, and never hesitant to strike, yet the scale of power he has demonstrated is still hard to compare with Superman's universe-level feats. Even if their initial physical strength could appear comparable, the difference would quickly become evident as the battle drags on. Superman has repeatedly faced and overcome threats capable of destroying planets and even shaking the very structure of space and time. That experience allows him to remain calm, accurately assess the situation, and fully exploit his advantages. If Superman chooses to unleash his full power, without imposing moral restraints or holding himself back, Omni Man would have virtually no chance to turn the tide. More importantly, Superman does not fight with his fists alone. He employs intellect, energy control, and a deep understanding of both his own limits and those of his opponent. It is this combination of absolute power and strategic thinking that has made Superman a nearly unsurpassable standard. Against such an adversary, Omni Man, no matter how terrifying, would inevitably be pushed into a disadvantaged position and defeated. The winner is Superman. What do you think about this battle? Please share your thoughts in the comments section. Thank you all very much.